If you enjoy the Low Scale Gaming podcast, please leave us a like, review, and subscribe. Any feedback is welcomed, and I hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go ahead and move into topic one. I know we've been talking about it, but we need to talk about this Corona stuff. So it's very likely that my school, just like every other school there's already been one school around my school that's canceled school for another 2 weeks after spring break. Um, but it's very likely that's going to happen. Probably right now it's 50-50 that it's going to happen. There's other states that have done completely away with it. I think Michigan has canceled all school until like the 1st of April or something like that. So it's a likely possibility that this is coming up. So what do I do to prepare for contest and my concert with 3 weeks with no rehearsal?
Honestly, it kind of just depends if they're still going to be having it. Like, because from what I remember, all the OSSAA stuff has gotten canceled, and usually if that gets canceled, that's kind of the precedent for all the extra stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If they do continue to have it and it does go on, um, honestly, I wouldn't worry about it.
Hey, why wouldn't I worry about it?
Like to do your pieces. Everybody's in the same boat. Nobody's had, or I'm sure there are probably some schools that are still going to school, but most of the schools will be in the same boat at that contest if they still have it, and then the judges would then judge accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
If you get back and everything's just horrible, which I mean is very likely, you
I
know,
think it's pretty bad.
yeah, it's the same thing everybody else is dealing with. So it's kind of that weird situation of, what's
like best to do.
Yeah, like I don't really know what even I'm trying to say.
I feel what you're kind of stepping in.
Yeah,
but
you can give them like weekly homework, which is just like the practice homework, and have their parents sign it. I mean, that they might do it. Parents might just sign it. Nothing happens, but that might help out a little bit.
That happens more often than not. That they just kind of.
Yeah, but you can't control that. You can at least try to, and the ones that will do it, or at least will do it. And it may at least the ones that don't do it, like that piece of paper, might remind them, and they're like, "Well, I'll play a little bit." So you never know. You can't control what parents do, but that might help some.
But see, I also don't know how to get this to the kids because, I don't have a means to talk to them outside of school.
Yeah. Does the school have a way to talk to everybody?
Yeah, through Facebook and stuff.
You might see if you can talk with your principal and have your principal send out something for you to the band kids and say, "Hey, Mr. Ghost says to blah 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 blah," because I'm sure they're all of your extracurriculars are kind of in the same boat of, we still need to get this stuff done, blah blah blah.
Practice 5 hours a week.
I would hope they would. I was trying to tell them that I was just guys, I need you to make sure you're doing this because it's gonna be rough. I'm not even sure if we're gonna be coming back to school when we're supposed to be. So just make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, please.
You could be a big old butt and have scale tests when they come back. Be like, well, practice these scales and these parts of these songs, and we're gonna do these tests when we get back. See if you've done them.
See, I don't want to be like that to them though.
Yeah, see I feel like that would backfire on your group of kids.
It's not their fault.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be their fault if they don't practice.
I agree, but it's not their fault we're out for another 2 extra weeks.
Yeah, that one's a weird fine line to walk. Like, I feel like to be able to justify having some sort of homework like that for your kids, you would have already had to have had that expectation and what you want from them established and understood prior to all of the Corona stuff happening. You know what I mean?
This Corona stuff is stupid as hell. Like,
not wrong.
I wish that, like, this didn't happen. And I know that's, like, stupid. Like, I know it's childish to say or whatever. But I really wish it didn't happen.
I think a lot of people wish that. Because it's stopping a lot of things. No more NBA. So Ghost doesn't get to see his Lakers win.
I know. It sucks.
I'm okay with it, but
it's because you're a hater.
I'm a Celtics fan, so I'm sorry.
The worst type of person, literally.
We're like the exact opposite fan bases.
Literal opposites.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people like sports newscasters are like, "What the hell do I do now?" we're doing some
a sports animal, and they're just like, "Oh, I don't know what to do." Like,
Jim Cramer's yelling about Trump and how great he is.
Oh my god, that was such a funny segment that I was just listening to. Him and Al Eshbeck are fighting on the radio, and it says the morning animals have this segment called Two Old Guys on a Park Bench. and then they'll play whatever Jim and Al's fighting about. And I wasn't awake this morning to hear if they actually talked about it, but he was yelling about how, like, the Democrats are, like, making this a big deal or are now wanting, like, to whatever. And then Al Eshbeck has jumped on there. He was just like, if Trump would have told you to jump out of a plane, you would have done it, Jim. Calm down. And then they just start fighting like old hens. It was amazing.
It's like Jim's like, we never did this with Obama, when they definitely did do that.
They totally did it with Obama.
like that's just how politics is.
We didn't treat Obama like this.
The opposite party always rags on the leading party. It's always been like that. But just like,
we didn't treat Obama like this. Like, there wasn't people out there literally tar and feathering fake things of Obama and marching in the street like
right.
But we didn't treat Obama like this. People, this isn't taking sides, and we're not talking about politics. But people, have some damn common sense.
Like, I remember having legitimate conversations and taking bets on how long it would take for somebody to assassinate Obama. Like, that was stuff that we just kind of expected to happen because people are stupid because he was black. Like,
I remember watching the news and, like, someone lit a freaking cross with Obama's name on it.
Right?
On fire. Like,
but we didn't do this stuff to Obama.
But
exactly, because we did worse to Obama.
Yeah, you guys did worse to Obama.
I haven't seen anybody try to do any. Now, we make fun of Trump looking like a damn Cheeto and not having any common sense. But I haven't seen anybody make any sort of the threats that Obama had made against him.
Man. But it's just like.
Unless I'm just not seeing it. So, if somebody wants to tell me that Trump has been treated the exact same unfairness as Obama and has actual credible sources, I will listen to you. I
think Obama was treated. I think Obama's been treated worse. But I do remember that one comedian that, like, had the
that was talking about his kid or whatever. I remember that.
Had the fake severed Trump head and stuff or whatever.
I remember that. Yeah, that wasn't funny. Killing somebody else isn't funny. Okay, if you disagree with somebody, that's fine to disagree with somebody. Okay, but
murder's bad.
Murder's bad in any way you look at it.
Things you shouldn't have to tell people.
Hey, if I had a list of things I had to tell my dad before he died, of things that I had to tell him not to do, things you have to tell people that you didn't think you had to tell people.
We're going down another rabbit hole.
We did.
We went down one rabbit hole. And they just poo down another one.
Yeah.
But I was just like, we're like, murder's bad. We just made like a boomer remover joke earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's not us doing the murdering.
Yeah, that's the virus doing it.
Yeah, it's not us. That's the technicality. Okay.
Yeah, there's the technicality.
Low scale gaming does not promote murder.
Murder's bad.
Murder is bad.
Just accidental.
I like it. We've said it
now,
enough. That's our title.
Some boomers get the coronavirus, and that's okay. Or if some of them anti-vaxxers get it, it's okay. Shout out to my sisters.
Just sending out the herd there. Really.
Shout out to all three of my sisters that are anti-vaxxers.
Proud of them.
Proud of them. Please open a book.
Do we want to go with Murder is Bad as the title or Boomer Remover for the title?
Boomer Remover.
Boomer
Remover.
Boomer Remover. 100% Boomer Remover.
It's like a weird. We were talking about Fabuloso earlier. Were we recording that?
Yes, we were.
Okay, yeah. It sounds like a cleaning product. Boomer Remover.
Boomer Remover. Now we got to come up with an ad for it. Oh my God! What if we made an ad for Corona virus? Not the beer, the crappy beer. Ugh. Ew.
Yeah, sorry. I had a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, we're trying to be better at home, but it's like I still want soda, so I bought Diet.
I understand, Conan.
So.
I don't know. Diet Dr. Pepper, I like the initial flavor of it, but then it hits the back of your tongue and it's just like, ugh.
Yes.
Diet Dr. Pepper's the only diet drink that I'll drink. Like, I can't do the other one. Diet Coke's awful, and so is Diet Pepsi. Like, both of those are just terrible.
I've never had either one of them. My stepdad used to have Diet Coke, and I hated him for it. I mean, I hated him for a multitude of reasons. But him drinking nasty Diet Coke was that too.
Yeah, see the Diet Dr. Pepper has grown on me. Like,
yeah, it's definitely.
I don't know
the lesser of
if
all
it's
the other
if
ones.
it's to the point where you're just like, I probably shouldn't drink pop anymore. I just like don't. I don't really need a supplement or not supplement, what's the word I'm trying to say? Substitute for it. I'm just gonna get what I want.
I love the way you said substitute. Like,
substitute.
Yeah, you said it like a straight up thug, man.
I was trying to.
No, it was just funny. It was really funny. Substitute.
Okay. Not funny anymore.
All right. Moving on to part 2.
All right. So E3's like, speaking of Boomer Remover, okay? I have crapped on E3 on this podcast ever since the beginning of it. And even so now, E3 got canceled. And I feel like they canceled it way before anything else because they knew that E3 was going to be awful this year. And this was just like, oh, we have a reason to miss it now. Let's do it.
Yeah, something to blame not having it on.
Yes. How do y'all feel about E3 being canceled?
I'm going to miss some of the trailers, but they're going to release the trailers anyway. So honestly, with E3, I have never watched a full conference for one of the showcases. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I never cared about E3. So there's my opinion about it. I only watched it for the trailers, and I'm going to get the trailers elsewhere. So, I'm fine.
Yeah, like, oh, excuse me. The Beescast was, or Bombcast, whatever, was talking about it, and they kind of had some points of just like kind of the same thing Mage was saying, is the information that you are gonna get is gonna get out to you somehow regardless of if all of those players are in the same building doing the thing.
Yeah,
like
one way or another.
Yeah, exactly. Like that information will make its way to you. But now that if they're not going to have it come the end of the year, all of these companies that have been, spending all this money to come to E3 will now actually be able to see their bottom dollar at the end of the year without going to E3 and what that looks like. And it's like, come to the end of the year and they have the same amount of money as last year or a little bit less, a little bit more, whatever it is, as long as it's not drastic, then they don't really have an incentive to go back to E3 if they start again next year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that makes a lot of sense because I was kind of with Mage with it. Like I've never really watched it all the way through like other people have, but
yeah, I got you. I don't know. I just it's gonna be weird not having it's gonna be weird not having E3.
Yeah,
because
we still have PAX, don't we?
I think for now, I think so, but
I think one of them was canceled or postponed because of Corona, but
I don't think it's going to be around for long, though. To be honest, Mage.
Is PAX just going down as well?
I think.
I feel like PAX is going to be around longer than E3 because I feel like they're adapting better.
Yeah, I feel like PAX is a lot more conference than it is just like showcasing things. I feel like they do a lot more game fun things for the people that are there than E3 did.
I don't know, but
I don't have any real basis on that, so take that with a grain of salt.
As with everything Mage says.
Yep. I'll ever believe a word he says.
At least I'm honest about it. A lot of times I have opinions, and it's because I've read stuff about it. Sometimes, though, it's like I have an opinion, but I'm like, well, I actually really don't know a whole lot about it. But I'll admit it. I'll always be truthful about it. I'll admit that I don't have really good.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Foundation on that opinion, so I'm open to change.
Honesty's the best policy.
Yep.
What does she think about it, August?
I don't know. I hope that E3 uses this year to take a look at itself and just be like, we really need to change because we are awful people now. And it's not fun going to E3. It's not fun, doing anything with E3, to be completely honest.
They need to, at least, I think one of the small things that they could do is they need to have a max amount of tickets they sell. Because, what was it last year? It was just open to the general public.
Yeah, they need to stop with that.
Yeah, too many people. And we talked about it. I think we talked about it on our podcast.
We did. They need to stop with that. Is the first big thing.
But I mean, it's like Conan said. If the companies don't really lose a profit, or don't see a whole lot of difference in their profit margins, then there's really not any incentive to do it because it's a lot of work
for no return.
It would be cool to see a lot more smaller conferences, like individual conferences from the companies themselves, kind of like what Blizzard used to do.
But then Blizzard sold out.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of these other ones could do it too. Sony could have their own conference. I think it'd be cool.
I mean, see, most of them are already kind of moving to that anyway. They do their own thing at the same time as E3, but it's not a part of E3 or wasn't a part of E3. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think the biggest thing is that if we go back, we're at such an age now where we don't need E3. E3 needs the developers more than the developers need E3 because if it's an important enough developer or something like that, they can just jump on Twitch and announce it. That's why that's why Sony doesn't need E3 anymore. They don't need to pay E3 money to go reveal their PlayStation 5. They can just do that themselves and make make money for it.
Yeah, like they post a YouTube video and people are gonna watch it. It's gonna get shared by gaming news outlets. Like we're gonna get that information.
We don't really need E3 anymore, and it sucks.
It
sucks, but it's a part of like the whole like leaving the nest sort of thing. That like growing up, E3 was the coolest thing ever. You see all this cool stuff. That was back whenever you couldn't share things with like one click.
Yeah.
And I think that's why E3, and plus E3 didn't keep with the time. And then it desperately tried to at the very end there with the whole like the EA, whatever, the streaming studio, whatever thing they did for their conference last year. They tried too late to try to stay with the times and just tried to jump on fabs rather than like actually try to be something else.
Yeah, they're going to need to do some heavy changes if they're going to keep it up next year.
Yeah, and
they like change the format or something. Make it more about
make it
less about game showcasing and more about other stuff, I guess.
Like you either have to lean real hard into letting the public in and having it be a public-facing show, or you have to totally just leave the public out of it and it's just corporations doing their thing, like, which I don't think there's really a spot like
for either one of those.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense with what's going on.
I think the public one has more chance to succeed than the corporation one.
Oh yeah,
because like the Ghost was saying earlier, the corporations can promote themselves. But I mean, if it's going to be a conference, I think the public needs to be a part of it. But you need to make sure that it's not so crowded that no one has fun. But you also need to make sure that you get money from it. So it's like, how much do we charge and what are we doing?
Yeah, because that's what I heard. The E3 tickets last year were just astronomical, and then you didn't get anything worthwhile out of those expensive ass tickets.
It's awful. I hope that like they figure their stuff out, because it's a real bummer what they're doing with all of E3 and everything like that. Hopefully, I believe that one day they will be better. That day might not be today, but it'll be better someday.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it looks like this time next year. What it turns into, or if it turns into anything, or if it just dies.
Yeah, E3 tickets last year were $250.
God.
How much?
$250 for a 3-day gamer pass.
That's ridiculous.
It's gonna be a pass for me, boss.
Not for me.
This year they were $200. Until
how much?
They were $200 this year until it got canceled.
Just because nobody wants to go to it. I don't know. I think we'll be good with having a year off of
E3 stuff.
E3 stuff, because they kind of pooped the bed. Sorry, Conan.
You're good. I think that's only the second one for this round.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch this one. I'm sorry, but I think eventually we'll get to it where I think E3 will come back. I think they'll figure out that they need to be better and not be the crap show that they've been. And I think next year they'll figure out that they'll be okay. You know. Now maybe not, and I'm just throwing smoke on the fire or whatever.
Who actually runs E3?
I don't know. I think it's.
Man, if you would have said that, I would have been able to spout it out. But
who runs E3?
Like,
the Electronics Entertainment Expo.
Yeah.
Entertainment Software Association.
The ESA, yeah.
Yeah. They'll be all right. They'll figure it out.
Hopefully.
Let's go to what everybody has been waiting for. Hitler Clicks. And we are doing coronavirus. And we are at 1 click.
Good start.
Good start. Go. I mean, because we count the 1, don't we?
Well, the one that you start on doesn't count as a click.
I thought it did. We've been counting it as that.
All right, it'll count.
Well, if it hasn't been...
Well, if that's what we've been doing, let's just stick with what we've been doing.
I mean, if we haven't been, then we need to...
Nope, we're changing it. Coronavirus is not the first click. The first click is the one right after coronavirus.
So then we literally need to, like, backtrack every single one we've done. Because I've been counting the first one as the initial click.
That means Thanos was only 2 clicks away, not 3.
Yes.
Thanos is Hitler.
Thanos is Hitler. All right, there's a lot of these that I have there's a lot of big words on here that I have no idea what they mean.
Ghost don't know these big words.
No.
Find a German sounding one.
These ones in school.
Find a German sounding one.
Alright, I'm just going
to look for the umlauts.
Umlauts? What's the alt key for umlaut?
The umlaut is the U with the 2 dots.
I know what an umlaut is, I just don't know where the umlaut.
How to type it into an English keyboard.
Okay, I just click on the common cold. So okay. That's 1. I'm clicking on Ember's Papyrus from Egypt.
Okay.
Alright, I'm clicking on Edwin Smith. And now I'm clicking on American. There we go.
And we're in our loop.
And we're in our loop. Germany. And there we go with Adolf Hitler. How many clicks was that?
You're supposed to count these.
I thought you were counting it.
Why? I've never counted them.
All right. We could do this fancy thing called back clicking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
6 back clicks.
Is 6 clicks away from Hitler.
We couldn't find a genocide for the first coronavirus.
Do what?
We couldn't find a genocide tab on the first corona page.
No.
Mass killings and everybody's dead.
Mass grave sites, coronavirus.
6 clicks away. Jesus, all right.
Mage took this down a rabbit hole.
Let's go down the wins of the week, please. Good Lord. What is your win of the week?
Oh, goodness. Let me get this typed in real quick so I can focus. It's 20-ish. Goodness, I cannot type. So my win's just that spring break's here and I finally get to go on vacation. Like,
yay!
Finally get out of town.
Get coronavirus.
Yay!
Corona Jones is his new name next week.
That's actually pretty good. I'll give you that. That's actually pretty good.
Bates, what is your win of the week?
I finally won my promos in the Bronze 2.
Okay.
I got a raise for work, so that's nice because I've been there for over a year, so now I'm a CW specialist too. And we're telecommuting for work, so I get to work from home next week because of the coronavirus, which I'm super excited about.
Nice. Well,
Ghost, what's yours?
I'm just happy to be on spring break. When I get to sleep, it feels nice being able to just,
Relax.
sleep, relax, not to worry about much other than the stupid coronavirus. But, I'm going to stay at home and just sleep. I'll be okay. Do some walking, do some better eating, play with my dog. I'll be okay.
There you go.
Now, if we add the 2 extra weeks, Lord, no, I don't know what's going to go on.
Get a little cabin fever.
But see, I'm okay with being at home all the time. Like, I don't know. I don't have an issue with, having to go out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay just sitting here.
Yeah, it's just going to suck when they extend your school year for it.
Okay, that's the other thing. Some of the teachers were complaining about that. We get out May 9th.
Oh, you guys get out early. You're fine.
Yes, we get out earlier than anybody else in the state.
No sympathy, then. You're fine.
So if we added 2 extra weeks to it, we would just be getting out the same time everybody else does.
Actually, you're still getting out 2 weeks earlier because everyone else has.
Because then everybody else would be adding 2 weeks. But still, we would be getting out this relatively the same time everybody else would. It don't make no sense.
Honestly, I feel like public school should last year long, but with more frequent breaks.
It's okay to be wrong, Mage.
No, it's because summertime. I want to get into it. That'd be a long rabbit hole. That's for down the.
That's for next week. All right.
But there's good reason for that.
That's topic 1 for next week. Now you got something to look forward to. Because I think next week is just me and Mage anyways.
Yeah.
Because Conan Jones is on vacation unless we do this on Saturday.
Yeah, it depends whenever you guys want to record. So
well, we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do it online anyway. And Conan Jones may have coronavirus. So we're going to have to probably do it online for the foreseeable future.
What are you talking about?
When we record, we're probably not going to have to record face-to-face anymore.
We've only done that once. All right, Mage is talking nonsense. Thank you guys very much for listening. You can follow us on Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, and lowscalegaming. If you have a question or a subject you want us to talk about on our next podcast, go ahead and leave us a tweet or email us at lowscalegaming@gmail.com. Thank you guys again. And remember, wash your hands, have a great day, and a better tomorrow.
Don't touch your face.